Hello, hello, ladies. Welcome, welcome. Hi, my name is Taylor Thompson. We're coming to you live here in the member section for Show Network, where we share for excellence. And I hope that each one of you had the opportunity to hear from Aundrea. You heard her story. You heard a little bit about her on Tuesday. Now she is coming in live. So we're going to be talking. She's going to be teaching and training on how to speak so your customers will listen, how to talk to where your customers will listen. So we were having a little pre-conversation prior to going live, and ladies, please grab a note pen, grab a pen, because you're going to want how to do this, because so many times there's so many things that we say in our language that doesn't attract people, that maybe cannot open the door to have a conversation. So Aundrea is going to equip you today how to use the language, how to engage customers, how to get them to listen and talk and create more business for you. So Aundrea,
hi. Hello. Thank you.
So happy you're here. Okay, so I'm going to go backstage. I'm going to let you take over here.
Okay.
I'm going to have some take my own notes here. So I'm going to go back here. So you're off and running, okay?
Okay, awesome. Cool.
All right.
All right, I'm going to keep an eye on time too. So perfect. Thank you, Taylor, for having me and letting me come in. And hello, everyone in the She Network. What we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about how to speak so your clients will listen. And so if any of you have been parents, maybe you've heard of a book of how to talk so your teens will listen. Same concept, right? What words we use, how we approach conversation, etc., where we will either open the door for dialogue or shut people down. And so what we want to equip you with today is knowledge, information, and specific tactics that will help you use language in your marketing and sales conversations that will open the door for more dialogue and open the door for more people to come in and have a conversation with you. So let's talk about the state of the world. When I first did this training, I did this actually at the beginning of 2020, before we went on the 2-week slow stop the spread that turned into a 1-year stop the spread. And it's interesting because this is even more relevant now, because if you think about it, 1 year ago in March in 2020, so if you're watching this in the future, we're now in March 2021. We have lived through a pandemic for a year where we've been locked down. So now it's March 2021. I want you to remember what happened in March 20th, 2020, when all in-person things stopped and the whole world could not do in-person any longer. And suddenly, the whole world had to go online. Networking in person, networking meetings stopped, so people went online, right? And so every social media platform that was already busy became even busier, louder, more volume, so much happening. And so what's happened is now, even before that time, people were inundated, right? You're inundated on your cell phone. You're inundated on your cable, you're inundated on Netflix, you're inundated on your computers, you're inundated, well, we're not out driving around, so we're not inundated by billboards or things in the store anymore, right? But it's online, and we have a very small window with a lot coming at us through this window of our eyes. And so what happens is humans have a certain way that we operate. And when you understand how people operate, why they respond or don't respond, and then how to tailor language that matches the person that you want to work with, you have an unfair advantage in getting people's attention and getting them to have a conversation with you. So the first thing is that people are constantly inundated. There's too much information, and what happens is we have this amazing thing called our brain, right? So up here in your head, you have this amazing brain. Its job is to do two things. It's to help you survive and thrive. So your brain is constantly sorting out, is this necessary? Do I need to pay attention? Or is this unnecessary uselessness and I need to put it to the side? Because we can only hold so much up here. So in order to get people's attention, we need something that's catching, that goes, ooh, you might want to pay attention to this. Because otherwise, what this amazing machine is trying to do is this amazing machine is trying to sort out, filter things out, and go, nope, nope, nope. And your brain will say no more oftentimes than yes. So the key to getting people's attention is to get your brain, to get their brains to be saying yes, 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 and yes. So how do we do that? We need to understand what motivates people to buy, what motivates people to take action to do something. And I want to share with you the top 5 reasons why people buy. And this is important because you need to understand the mental, emotional, and physical state of your ideal customer, because you have to speak to their state. I want you to imagine that you're here, your customer, your ideal customer is here, okay? They're over here, okay? And I want you to imagine that there's this bridge, right? Here's this bridge, okay? And here's you or your solution that provides something amazing for them. A lot of times what we're doing is we're talking about all the amazing over here, but they're still over here in their current state. So we need to understand what is going to motivate them to take action in their current state. So the number one reason why people buy anything is to avoid pain. Physical, mental, emotional pain. That is the number one reason why people will make a change, make a purchase, go seeking a product or a solution to help them, okay? The second reason that people buy is pleasure, right? To feel good, to feel better, to feel, right? To feel something that brings them pleasure, right? Those are kind of our two left brain, right brain. Am I in pain? Do I need to get away from it? Or is that pleasure that I want to seek? Okay. The third reason that people buy, I call it super easy, right? If it is so easy and there's no reason for me to say no, I'm probably going to buy. And the stores know this. You go through the store, you're standing there waiting to check out, and there's all these little things that are sitting right there that are less than $3. And kids look at them and you look at them and you're like, oh, I need that too. It's so easy. You didn't have to go looking for it. It's a low cost. And you know, you can put your hand on it, take it, and check out right there, right? So stores, as you're shopping, know this and will merchandise away in ways to make you buy more things, right? Which is why when you shop online, you buy less crap that you still find at the stores, usually. Because you're not looking at all the things. You're going, I want this thing, and this is the thing that I want. So it's super easy. This is the same in the personal services, in professional services, etc. If you make the process to buy so easy for people that there's no reason to say no, they will buy. So pain, pleasure, and it's so easy, it's no brainer. Those are the top 3 reasons. The next 3 reasons that people buy are exclusivity, right? It's only certain people. You guys are in an exclusive club, right? You're in an exclusive program specifically for a certain type of group of people, and you want to be a part of that group of people. So exclusivity is a reason why people buy. Scarcity is a reason why people buy. Limited time. There's only 5 seats left. We won't have this product any longer, right? We've heard those scarcity tactics. That's another reason why people buy. The challenge with scarcity, though, is if we overplay scarcity all the time, we become numb to it, right? And a lot of people, consumers are smarter nowadays. There's more information available. We can see reviews online. We can get our neighbor's opinion. We can get our best friend's opinion. Like, there's so much. So people are smarter. So scarcity only works when it's used the right way. If it's overused, it actually backfires. And then the sixth reason why people buy is for nostalgia, for memories, right? So photography, photo books, right? High school photos, senior photos, yearbooks, Christmas decorations that we buy one every year because we want to remember our family memories every year, right? So nostalgia, things that help people remember the good old days. Okay, so when you know the top 6 reasons why people buy, the thing that you need to understand is you need to understand your customer and which of those reasons is going to motivate them into action. And into action to come buy your product or buy your service because they want to be in a different state. Okay. And when we talk about being in a different state, what we talk about is we talk about it really in simple terms is what are they experiencing, right? What is it they're from? What are they coming from? And what do they want to go to, right? And this process right here, it's their aspirational, hope you can read this, identity, right? If you understand your ideal client's aspirational identity, then all your language becomes very simple because it becomes who are they now? What problem are they facing? What challenge are they facing? Or what pleasure do they want? And all you do is give them a reason for why your product or service gets them to the state they want to be, right? How do they become the aspirational identity? Okay, so let's talk about brands or people that are doing that really well, right? If you are in business, you are now a commercial, okay? You have to have a commercial. If you look at Tide does it really well. Tide does a super simple commercial in a very short period of time that shows dirty laundry, stains, etc., and a super simple solution. Just put it in the washer, pop our thing in, come out, and your kid's baseball uniform is going to look gleaming, glistening white. And they've also recently started putting dads in the picture of that process because there are so many more dads who are now stay at home or sharing at the in-home pieces, right? Nobody wants their kid to show up at baseball looking like they're still wearing last week's dirt, right? Because what comes with that? Judgment, stigma of, oh, don't you do laundry? Don't you take care of your kids, right? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So the aspirational identity is to look like a good parent, right? And you look like a good parent by making sure that your kid's baseball uniform looks gleaming and glistening the next time they show up at a game. Super simple, okay? I want you to sit down and I want you to ask yourself, what is my ideal customer? What is it that they really want? And we need to use words that people can relate to, okay? We get smart and we tell people, I'm a wellness coach. I'm a business coach. I'm a transformational coach. I'm an insurance agent. We tell people our job title, right? Our job title is good in helping us understand our daily tasks and job description. Our job title is not helping people understand why they need to remember us, okay? And I remember having a conversation with a woman. She's an amazing woman. She supports people in a really deep way. But she kept saying, I'm a transformational coach for people who are going through big transitions. I don't know about you, but I used those words of big transitions or things after I was done with it and 2 or 3 years down the road. When I was going through it, I used words like, my life is a mess right now. Right? Or I'm going through a job change, job loss. I'm going through a divorce. I'm going through a new phase of life where what I thought I liked before, I don't like now, right? We have to use actual words that your customer will use every single day. And we have to speak their words, not our words, right? We're the expert. We've already walked across the bridge. we can already look back and go, oh yes, the problem is XYZ, and the solution to that problem is XYZ. Simple, no problem. What happens up here for the person who hasn't made that journey yet is when we oversimplify it, we are diminishing their pain. We are diminishing their experience. And in a world where people are craving to be seen, heard, and understood, when we diminish that, it makes people retreat and go, oh, this is, I guess I shouldn't be making a big deal of this, right? And it diminishes people's feelings. When we acknowledge people's feelings, when we say things that go, ooh, I understand the pain you're in, right? I understand that you're a super busy mom, or you're a super busy professional woman, right? And you just really want to fit in a size smaller pair of jeans. I get that, right? But you don't have time to spend 2 hours at the gym every day, meal plan for 5 hours every weekend, right? There's a pleasure you want, but there's a pain of getting to that pleasure you're not willing to experience. So we help you do that with all of that so that you can fit in that smaller size of pants and feel more confident in your body, like how you look when you show up at the office, like how you look at weekends when you go to the baseball games with your kids, right? Using words that they're going to use, right? If we're using these inflated billboard style words, this brain pops up and goes, irrelevant, can't relate, moving on, bygones, right? So people will self-opt out. And what we want is we want people to self-opt in. So if you say, I do wellness coaching for busy professional women who don't have time for a whole bunch of overhead, but they just want an easier, quicker way to have more energy to get through the day, do well at work, get home at night, people will remember that. But we want to keep it shorter, right? I want you to imagine that you've gone camping or backpacking. Maybe you have or have not, right? And there's that you get out and you have this little bag, and you literally can open this little bag and throw it, and suddenly this tent pops up, right? You don't have to do anything. You don't have to put poles in it. You don't have to do anything. You just open it and whoosh, this tent pops up and it's magically there, right? It's like this boom moment, and you're like, oh, that's so cool. That is what you want people to remember about you when you're introducing yourself and when you're talking to them online, in conversation, etc. You want that stickiness and that easy moment that goes, oh, clarity. I know what that person does and who they do it for. I'm clear on that. And the thing that's going on in the world is people are being unclear, they're being confusing, and they're being scattered and inconsistent. And what happens is our buyers can't find us, right? I know that I want you to think about your person and what are they going to Google in the moment that they go, enough, I need to do something about this. What are the words they're going to what are they going to Google? And I want you to remember, I want you to think about their pain, because that's our number one. I want you to think about their pain from two angles. Number one, what is it physical, right? Or what we call external, right? What does it look like? What does it look like on the outside, right? It looks like, I barely make it through the day. It looks like it's really easy, right? My garbage disposal is backed up. It looks like my kitchen sink is backed up because then I got food floating all over it because the garbage disposal is not doing its job, right? That's a really easy external picture to paint, right? A lot of times we want to make it really catchy and clever and amazing. And, I help purpose-driven professionals overcome their challenges and live amazingly spiritual lives so they can dance on the beaches. And that's all awesome, but there's a very small window of people it's not catching people. Very few people say that, right? Now, some people, phrases like purpose-driven, heart-centered, right? That's a very specific group of people that are going to opt into that, right? That's a type of person. then that also explains, that's really talking more to their internal state, right? You need to understand what's going on internally. What's the internal problem? How are they feeling? What aren't they saying, right? They're feeling like they should be better at this. The internal state is they go, how did I let myself get this way? The internal state is, I'm really smart and I figure things out. Why can't I figure this out for me? Right? So when we can talk about what's going on externally in their life, we can start speaking to their pain from a, hey, here's what life is looking like, right? My plumber guy, I don't know if I need a plumber or a handyman. I just know I need somebody to come fix my sink because the garbage disposal is broken, right? So I'm going to go Google, fix my garbage disposal, right? Replace my garbage disposal, clogged sink, right? Those little short things that I'm going to go Google in the moment that I am in pain to go, who do I need? Who can help me? I don't care what their job title is. I want to know, can you solve my problem for me? And what can you help me avoid in solving that problem? Can you help me avoid overpaying? Can you help me save time and energy? Like, I'm not going to replace my garbage disposal. I suck at it, right? I don't want to have to do it. I want somebody who knows what they're doing. They can get done in less than an hour because I got to get dinner on the table, or I need lunch on my work break, right? Whatever that is. So start to understand who your ideal client is and who your ideal customer is, and start talking to them in their language on their side of the bridge where they are living still. They're not living on your side of the bridge. They haven't swallowed the magic pill. They haven't read the magic book. They haven't experienced the magic transformation. I've never Googled transformational coach in my life, right? And it's okay that that's what we do. We provide a transformational experience for people, but people don't buy a transformational experience. People buy, what is my external pain or frustration, or think of it as symptoms, habits, behaviors, right? And how I feel about that internally, and use those words, because that's going to go, oh my gosh, that's me. You know me. I already trust you, and I'm already beginning to trust you because you're using words that make me go, oh my God, I'm not the only one that feels that way. I'm not the only one who thinks that way, because humans, we want to belong somewhere. Okay. So step one is understand, what is your customer's motivation to make a change, right? What level of pain are they in, or what level of pleasure are they looking for, right? And start talking about that in their language, right? And what do they want to be? What is their aspirational identity, right? What do they want to be? I want to be thinner. I want to wear a smaller dress size. I want to wear short shorts this summer and my legs look good, right? Or, my clients are business owners and they want their business running smoother so that they're less stressed out every day. They want to be able to walk away at the end of the day and enjoy their families. They want to feel like an accomplished, legitimate business owner. That's all they want. They just want to feel like a confident, accomplished business owner. That's it. That's their aspirational identity. They don't want to be the master at marketing, the master at this and that. They're going to become those things or the leader of those things, but that's not what they're asking for. They're asking for, right? What is your client asking for? Okay, I worked with a woman recently. She provides an amazing service. But when I first met her, her title was ghostwriter. I'm a ghostwriter. And I was like, okay, what do you do? What does that mean? I had no clue, right? I get it. The concept of ghostwriting means I write for other people or something, but there was nothing that stuck. So we started working together and we started talking about aspirational identity and what she does, right? What we got to is she helps adults who have overcome or who have survived trauma and abuse tell their stories anonymously. Now that is sticky because if I'm an adult who's survived trauma and abuse and I want to tell my story, but I don't want to be exposed, or I don't want certain other people to be exposed, anonymously goes, ooh, I never thought I could do it that way. What? That sounds cool. How can I do that? Right? She helps people write their stories, but she has a special niche. She helps them write anonymously. So that way they their fear, they want to get this story out of them. But what they don't want is they don't want to jeopardize the career, the family, the success they've created beyond that. And they don't want that to be risked. So she helps them write anonymously so they can get their story out, but still have and maintain the safety of the successful life they've created since then, right? Very simple shift, but it's sticky. Now suddenly, when she tells me I help adults who have survived trauma and abuse write their stories anonymously, I had 4 people immediately come to mind who I went, you know what? I think I know 4 people who might be interested in talking to you. Where before she said, I'm a ghostwriter. And I went, oh, okay. That's nice. Bygones. Nothing's stored. Nothing's stuck. Now I have something that I can go, ooh, so-and-so might like you. So-and-so might like, right now I have a reason to do introductions. Not for me, but I have a reason for someone else to introduce somebody else. So I hope this is starting to make sense. So know your customer, know your ideal customer, be able to literally describe them, describe their state as if you could give them a face and a name and talk about how their day goes, right? The more you understand your customer, the more you understand who they want to become and how your solution solves that for them, how it gets them from here to here. And you speak that over and over and over again in your online materials, in your personal conversations, right? There are so many people out there talking professional speak, right? We're telling people it's great. We all want to feel like a professional, right? I own an insurance agency. I own my own business. I'm a business owner, right? So we start getting onto labels, which is great because labels help us go, ooh, can I identify with that, right? The difference between someone who's successful in product sales versus not. So I met a woman one time, clearly sells skincare, right? But her pitch when she stood up in front of the room is, I help people with skin from 8 to 80, do this, that, and et cetera. The problem is with that statement, that gap is too big. No one can see themselves in that space, right? So the point is to be speaking so that your ideal customer can see themselves in the process, in the story, in the solution, okay? When you make the customer able to see themselves in the story that's going on, that's how they get sticky and stay in. So a lot of times we're speaking of, I'm the hero, I'm the professional, I'm the rescuer, I'm the this, and it's about me, I. Nothing is about me, I. Everything is about the customer, their journey, their results, their experience, right? We are simply a guide, a service, a support, helping them understand helping them get familiar and comfortable using a product, right? That kind of thing. We're not the hero. The customer is the hero. And we let them opt into the story of going across this bridge to becoming something they want to become, okay? So we have to let people know what our product and service does. So the woman that said, I do skin, right? I do, I help people with skin from 8 to 80 feel amazing. That's too wide, too broad. I can't opt in. Now I met another woman who does skincare, and she said, I help women who are speaking online and on stages have flawless skin so they like how they look on the camera. Real clear. Very, very clear, right? Now I know my brain, immediately starts going to the filing cabinet and starts going, ooh, I know so-and-so who speaks. I know so-and-so is a leader, right? XYZ. Someone even used the phrase one time, I help professional women keep looking youthful so they keep their competitive advantage in the boardroom, right? I know she's speaking to C-level women, because C-level women want to keep their youthfulness so that they look younger and can keep their competitive advantage in the boardroom. We know we have to look a certain way to keep up in the boardroom. So I know she's speaking to C-level women. I immediately, my Rolodex started kicking in, and I went, ooh, this woman, this woman, this woman, right? That is what you're trying to create when you tell people, when you're introducing to people. And that's all the content you need to create online, is constantly speaking to your customer, your ideal customer, in language and words that lets them be part of the journey, lets them see themselves stepping into the story to become part of the solution, to have the solution, right? So what do you help them avoid? What is it? Because people only change when the pain of staying the same is so great, right? And again, there's that super easy button. If something is going to be really complicated, if it's going to take me more hours of the day, if it's going to, I have to change my habits, right? Somebody told me once that they wanted professional women to replace all the bad things in their medicine chest with only healthy, all natural things. And I asked her, I said, but is that what professional women want? Because I working in the corporate world before I was a business owner, I did not come home every day and look at my medicine cabinet and go, I really should replace all of these things in my medicine cabinet with more natural products. It wasn't a burning desire for me. There were times it was like, man, I wish there was something that was just really more like a more natural solution that was easy for me to have my hands on when my kids cut a finger or had a stuffy nose or things like that, right? If she had said, right, I provide some simple solutions to when their families are sick, when their kids have a cold, et cetera, that allows them to have an easy solution that's all natural, meets their needs to want to be more natural without complication, right? Without having to be the expert on it or this or that. And that got my attention. I'm like, ooh, that gets my attention, right? So be careful of the words that you're using in the language that you're speaking, because if you're speaking professional speak over here, we're inadvertently tuning our client out. We're tuning a potential client out and not giving them an opportunity to be part or see a solution that helps them, okay? So we want people to self-identify, right? So be really clear on who your ideal customer is. What is their current state? What is their physical state? What's their internal state, right? What does the problem look like? What does the problem look like from the outside? And what does the problem feel like on the inside? Because if you know those words and you speak those words, people go, you know me. You've already built authority because you've told them, hey, I know you. I know your challenge, right? I see your challenge, et cetera. And they go, oh, somebody knows my challenge. That's so cool. The next step is to go, who am I to help you, right? Why am I the guide? It's not, I'm smarter than you and I know more than you. It's like, hey, I've been down that path and I found a solution. And man, it made such a big difference in my life, right? And here's how it makes a difference for you. Right? Again, painting the picture for them of what it looks like for them, okay? So when those people are in that moment of need, what is it that they're going to go looking for? Or what is it that someone else is going to say that's going to go, hey, I need to refer you to my friend Taylor. I need to refer you to my friend John, right? Mortgage, right? How many people are in mortgages, okay? How many people are in realtors, right? In Colorado, in the metro area, I think there's like close to 30,000 realtors, like 28,000 realtors. And so you have to give people a reason to talk to you, right? Someone who was differentiating was, I help people buy investment properties with their 401k and with their 401k fund so they can duplicate their retirement potential, right? So that was a realtor, but they had a very specific reason for doing realtor, right? I help people buy the home of their dreams. Some of us aren't looking for the home of our dreams. Some of us are just looking for a home that fits our family right now, right? 4 kids, 2 dogs, a cat, etc. And I don't know if I can even afford a home, if I can get a home, can I get the neighborhood I want, right? So give people the who you support and what you help them become, right? I help service-based business owners become confident, accomplished business owners by knowing what's exactly next in their business, what to do next in their business. And they're like, ooh, perfect, because I don't know what to do next. I have 50 things to do. I don't know what I need to do next, right? Who you support, who they want to become, what is their state, what does the external world look like to them, what does the internal world feel like to them, and then be an expert and take a stand, right? I don't believe it should be this hard, right? I believe, this is our soapbox moment, I believe business ownership should be easy, easier, less complicated, right? I believe, what's your philosophical stance? This is kind of like your mission, right? I believe women absolutely deserve to feel better in the clothes they wear, because then when they exude confidence, right, their whole world sees their confidence. Their kids see it, their friends see it, their church sees it, right? Give people a reason for their minds to step into it and participate in it. So know your ideal customer, know their motivation, know their aspirational identity. What do they want to go from and to in their own words? Pretend you're having coffee with them. Pretend you're having a glass of wine. What are they going to say to you? They're going to say, and think about people you've talked to, the things they've said. You know, I just would really like this summer to go to the park wearing, a pair of shorts that fits this way, right? Repeat those words back, because if there's one person that says that and you have a solution to give them that, there's 500 people that have that. And we get caught in the, oh, if I only serve this person, I'm leaving people out. I'm not helping as many people as I could. And it's completely backwards. And we don't believe it until it starts happening. But when you serve this person and you serve this person well, I want you to imagine the last time you bought a car, right? And maybe you bought a different type of car before. And then suddenly you get this new car. And as you're driving around, you start seeing that car all over the place. And you're like, wow, I did not realize there were so many white Jeeps out there. I didn't realize there were so many silver Mercedes out there, right? Whatever that is, suddenly you start seeing it. That's how it is with your client. And that's how it is with you knowing where to market, how to sell, what words to use, etc. Is when you know that person, your brain immediately starts going to work, finding those people all over the place. They're in this store, they're in this store, they're in this group, they're right. And what happens is the more you say that, the more you paint this picture consistently, who I serve, what I do, how I help, right, etc. The more you do that, the more other people go, you need to meet my friend Sarah. She does this service, right? She does this thing. And she's like, oh my gosh, you need to meet her, right? Where people know how to refer you. People know how to refer people into you and who to refer to you, because it's sticky. It's top of mind. It comes right here, right? And they can say it. If your 6th grader can't repeat it to you, or if my 6th grader can't repeat it to you, it's overcomplicated. We're making it way overcomplicated. A confused mind can't buy, because a confused mind is selling. Clarity is king. When you are clear on who your customer is, what they need, the language, the words they use, and what you get them to, the more clear and simple and easy it is, the more people remember that. And that clarity and simplicity is what opens the door to conversation and dialogue. You can go speak on stages, you can speak on podcasts, you can write simple social media posts. Your website comes together. You don't even have to have a website in some cases, in a lot of cases, to even get going in a business and a side hustle, etc., because it's very simple, right? I help so-and-so person, a real person that exists in the world with a real problem, right? Not made up words, real words. I help, Taylor, I help women in network marketing become successful, confident, and lead their business, right? We know women in network marketing. I'm not going to send her someone who's trying to launch a massage therapy business. That's not going to be helpful, right? I work with service-based businesses. I work with product-based businesses. Even with mortgages and insurance, right? Some people specialize, like real estate. I help people buy family homes, or I help young professionals buy their first home, right? I know at my office then, right, anybody that's 30 something or less, I might refer them to that realtor, right? Your brain immediately goes to, ooh, I know someone for you, right? And that clarity is what we need in our conversations. So Taylor, come on back up and ask me questions and ask me things so we can get questions answered and things vetted out so that you guys have this in your training. You're on mute.
Perfect. Okay. So this is really good. Like I took like 3 pages of notes here. So, but the one thing I did miss, okay, so I have avoid pain, pleasure, super easy, exclusivity. What was number 5?
Scarcity, limited time offer, right? Limited time offer.
Limited time. Okay. So, but the main thing that we're really focusing on is the top 3.
Really, these are the top 3.
Because I think I can see how, avoiding pain and certainly having pleasure is what most people definitely tie into. And I love the super easy. The super easy to me spoke to me more than anything because the fact that I deal with women, I deal with coaching, I deal with network marketers, and network marketers all the time make everything so complex, and it's so they make the simple and the mundane complex. And so I'm like, no, I know like that's bring it back down to the lowest common denominator.
Yeah,
help them build their business. So
well, think about it. Even during COVID, right? What happened? People were like, I need things easier, right? Mm-hmm. How many stores have we been waiting for? Can I please just order my groceries online and come and drive and pick up? Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And I honestly, I'm very guilty. I'm very guilty of this right here. And just to be completely transparent, I'm very guilty of this because even in my own identity, because we do many businesses. I've been in network marketing. I'm a business owner, but I've done coaching. I've done consulting. We work with companies. We work with leaders. We have groups. We have an academy. So to hone my message down, I've been like all over the map myself, to be honest with you. It's not like I sell a product. That's not what I do anymore. But this was really, really helpful for me.
Yeah, when we can simplify, Leonardo da Vinci, I love one of his phrases, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, right? And we are, like, humans are really awesome at overcomplicating everything. We can overcomplicate relationships in any situation and careers and things like that. And the thing is that when we simplify, right, if you think about it, I think, right, was it Leonardo da Vinci? He created the statue David, right?
Yes.
Okay. And everybody said, how did you create that? And he goes, I didn't. I just chipped away what didn't belong. So if you think about,
good, because that reminds me of Bruce Lee. That's how he trained his students. Whenever they would come to go to audition, if you will, to work with him, they would show him all their best stuff. And it's not so he could see where they were on the scale as far as level,
Right.
of capability. But what he was looking for was what he had to, the bad habits that he had to undo.
Exactly. Exactly. It
And
is exactly right. Yep.
so I think sometimes, in our world, it's like, everybody's like layer and layer and layer, and they think more is better. But really, whenever it comes down to it, whenever you're talking about business, whenever you're talking about, working with people, bringing it down to a real seeing themselves. Oh, whenever I wrote this down because this is how I teach people to do their business, is to share their story. But whenever you share the story in a manner that the person that you're communicating with can see themselves achieving those goals,
Yep.
that's whenever they go, maybe that might work for me too.
Exactly.
I want what you have.
Yep.
Me more.
Yep, exactly. And we so oftentimes we think the story. So I work with. So I'm a certified coach for Business Made Simple, who is also they created Story Brand, right? And one of the philosophies that we use is that we're not the hero of the story. The client, the character, is the hero of the story, and letting people see themselves stepping into that role as the hero and moving through that journey. Right? Think about one of your favorite movies, right? Or one of your favorite books, or two, right? There's probably a character you can identify with a bit, and you can see yourself in that character at places, right? Why do so many women love Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Because they can see themselves taking on the battle and winning, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So tell the story about your customer, the character of your customer, right? And so they can see themselves in the goal, see themselves in the journey. They can see themselves in the aspirational identity, because otherwise people they're being sold to.
Well,
and we're all being sold to. We don't want to be.
This is one of those things, and this is such a hot topic, and like this is one of the things that Larry and I specialize in. What I specialize in is that so many people are positioning themselves wrong.
Yep.
Right. So it changes the presentation and how people receive the information that's being shared with them.
Yep.
And so it creates resistance.
Yep.
Whenever they don't allow the customer to be in control.
Yep.
They think that, so many times they position themselves wrong, and they want to be the dominant one, and it's just wrong positioning, and it's not how you attract your ideal customer.
Yeah.
And that art has been lost in a huge way.
In a huge way. I agree with you wholeheartedly. And it's interesting because it's kind of like business has two sides. Inside, I need to know what I'm doing, right? I need to be clear on what I'm doing. I need to have a playbook. I need to have a plan, right?
Yeah.
But I can't tell people my professional speak of right back here behind the scenes. A doctor, you don't go to a doctor and he says, well, I'm going to use these tools and this. No, he goes, I'm going to help you feel better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to remove that thing from your skin, right? You're like, awesome. Okay. Yeah. And he tells you about the result he's going to give you. Yes. Right. And so, that's the two sides of business, is getting clarity on what result we're providing people, like how we're doing it, then turning around and going, okay, great. What is the position, right? What is the message in the market that I present that brings those people to me?
Yeah, that's so good.
Right.
That's so good. That's so good. I love this. I hope that I hope, ladies, I hope that you take some time and you really start, breaking this down and start thinking about what that looks like for you and what you do, not what, how you help people in your communication, and break that down. Right?
Yep. Get clear on who your customer is, right? What is, almost like you can describe them like a character, right? That's number one. Who's your customer, right?
Yeah.
And what is their pain?
Yeah.
And describe it from the external and the internal world, right? If you can do those two things, that's the beginning, because now you start crafting your message of, my solution helps you become this, right? They have to want to be that. We can't want them to be that. They have to want to be that.
Yes.
Right?
We can't want it bad enough for them.
We can't want it bad enough for them, right? Because that also helps us attract the right client, the right customer, right? There's people who have a problem that we solve, but if they don't know they have that problem, they're not aware or even motivated enough to solve. That is a sale, right? That's trying to sell someone something that
they don't want or they don't need.
They don't want or don't need yet. And it's a real long sales process to get them even to the interest point, right?
Well, and this all goes down to, I mean, like, this, how much time people spend in their business learning how to close people. And it's just wrong positioning, because when you're closing people, you really are selling, you really are, giving them something they're not ready for. You have to allow people the space to come to a natural, logical conclusion. Like, yes, this is something I need. I need this right now to fit in those categories that you're talking about. Avoid the pain.
Yep. Experience the pleasure, and move on with life.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. We have this. How do I get people to know they need this? You don't. You talk to the people who are already looking for a solution to a problem they have that this solves.
Perfect.
You shorten the sales cycle and the conversation, and it's easy and natural. And women use the word authentic. Men go, right, it's not a waste of my time. We use right different words. But spend time with them. And one of the best things I ever learned, this was so cool when I learned this, I had a coach that I hired specifically. I said, I feel like I needed more system and I need more structure. I need to know what I'd be doing every day. One of his things was go do interviews. Go just like have coffee dates with people in your category. Ask them about their pain. Ask them about their problem. Hey, do you have this problem? Yes, I do. How do you feel about having that problem? Oh, I feel frustrated. I feel, this, that. What have you done to try and solve that problem, right? What have they done? What have they gone looking for? What have they tried, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think those things didn't work? Well, it wasn't the right time. I bought the wrong thing, right? Or, they're literally giving you all the pieces of the puzzle, right? And then right, here's the multi-million-dollar question is this something you still want to solve for right now? And they're like, nah, it doesn't bother me so much. Their pain. If their pain is a 2 or a 3, they're not motivated.
Yeah.
Right? But if their pain is a 9 or a 10, and this bothers me every day and I can't go to sleep at night because it bugs me, those are the people that you talk to, and you leave everyone else alone.
You got to go get the low-hanging fruit. Go get the easy business. That's what I think.
Yeah. And when you're clear on the pain your customer has, the aspirational identity they want to have, and it's so simple. So there's an amazing there's an amazing app called Hemingway app, right? You can put anything you write, a letter, an email, etc. It'll tell you what grade level. If there's any complicated sentences, what grade level, reading level it is.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that you put online that's above a grade level 6 is hard to read. So just go to Hemingway app. You can put it in your Chrome and your Google, and literally just put your sentences in there. What would you say in an email? What would you say, right? And if it's above a grade level 6, it's hard to read.
Scary.
Make it 6th grade level.
Scary.
No, it is. Right? That's it. So there's my tips for today.
Awesome. I love it. Okay. This has been incredible. Such wisdom. I love this. So Aundrea, thank you so much for all your energy this week, sharing your story, sharing your wisdom, sharing your excellence. Ladies here in the She Network, we're so grateful to have you here. And so ladies, I hope you got incredible value, took a lot of notes. And make sure that you go back and rewatch this again, because the value, just going back and studying this and getting this, honing down this sentence, honing down what it is and get really clear, can make the difference. It can really make all the difference to how you see yourself and how people see you. So anyway,
awesome.
Love this conversation.
Thank you. Loved it. Thanks for having me, Taylor.
Awesome. Okay, ladies, we'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.